This is Minecraft. We're here on Xbox Series S taking a look at the vibrant visuals upgrade for the preview experience. Be sure to like the video, subscribing is great as well. So this is something that will eventually be available in the full game. It's an experience that aims to mimic the effects of ray tracing, obviously not being RTX, not being RT, and yeah, it's kind of interesting because it's something that's meant for a variety of devices where ray tracing just really wouldn't be possible. And I think in general, Series S would probably struggle with such a thing. So this is the regular world. It's a good comparison before we go and turn this on. So basically you need preview, then you turn on experimental, then you go down to video, the thing here, and go all the way down to the bottom, and then graphics and vibrant visuals. And it's going to take a second because it's got to like rescan the world, and then I think you'll immediately notice a massive improvement in regards to the lighting, the soft aesthetic of light within the world. Then you get fog, so you get volumetric fog, you get light cascading through the trees in the world around you, you get the moonlight hitting the kind of lakes and everything like that everywhere, so all the water, all the places you go to. It really is... it's quite lovely. So we're starting with night, so you can see things. And you can see how torches and all that impact the world around you. It's just a much more improved way to do lighting within Minecraft. Now, this is very demanding on performance for the Series S. It's still targeting native 4K at 60 FPS, but yeah, it's not... like Series X, PS5, PS5 Pro... You know, you get 60 FPS sometimes and stuff like that. The Series S, it definitely does not get close to 60, like, ever with this on. It's all at least 5 or so FPS below. So they're going to have to do some work to optimize things. And that's why it's in preview, in case you're wondering. Is so that you can, like, you know, test it out and they can improve it. And yeah, it's kind of interesting. So, like, obviously full, regular, traditional ray tracing would just... I don't think it would be doable on Series S at all, clearly. But yeah, because it's more like a shader in terms of like the aesthetic and how it changes the world, but a very cool quality of life experience for Minecraft. We're going to get to see the sun rising and everything like that, and how it's going to change and impact the world around us. But I really do think this is, and I mentioned this for my other videos, taking a look at this, quite transformative. Like, it really does add that next level of realism and improvement to Minecraft that just makes it look a lot more real. And I genuinely appreciate that, because you could kind of see the way, the warmth, the glow of it. Because if you're not familiar with basically like what ray tracing stuff is the idea is it simulates light. And that's shadows, reflections, actual the illumination of a world. And that's something that we just haven't really been able to achieve. Like, we have baked lighting, which mimics the effects, and then that's what they're doing here. Is because obviously this, you know, regular ray tracing just wouldn't work on this kind of stuff. Because there was a ray tracing demo that was shown for the Series X back ahead of the launch of the Series X, and you know, that kind of, it was just a tech demo. It was never meant to be anything else, but a lot of people really hung on to that and were wanting it over the years. And then on top of that, there was prior the Super Duper Pack, and that's more what this is. So the Super Duper Pack was supposed to come out for Xbox One X, and that just kind of never really happened. They canceled it, and it was a big disappointment, for me at least. I don't know, probably at this point lots of people have forgotten that, but I remember it. And I remember the failures of Mojang not to get that one out, but anyways, that was a totally different time. People don't care. But this is basically what that was. An idea to improve the aesthetic and the styling of this. Now, there are some limitations here. Like, if you have texture packs and stuff like that on, this won't work with them. I don't know if they're going to fix that or change that over time, but I tried to do some custom worlds, you know, worlds that... are available in the Minecraft store, and the effect just doesn't work. It gets blocked out if you're doing it with, well, you know, any sort of texture pack included. So there are limitations, but again, it's previews, so they're working on it. But yeah, it's like this is a 50 FPS situation for Series S for sure. Now, that being said, we can adjust things a little bit further to try to get better performance, but I'm trying to show off this thing at its like best for Series S, if that makes sense, because they do give you options to adjust things, but I want you to see the max capability of it, like when it's actually like running and you can see the sun kind of bouncing off the water and creating an effect under the ocean, or how the light comes in and just enhances the look of like the blocks and the creatures and creates and casts shadows, pixel perfect shadows. It's a very, very good effect. This genuinely, to me, it brightens and changes Minecraft entirely. Now, I still like the original aesthetic of Minecraft. It's what I've always known. But they have been making improvements and taking strides in regards to modernizing and improving Minecraft over the years. And this is just kind of that next step. Like, it really does... it enhances the game a lot, especially for platforms where, again, you know, it's a little bit more limited because these devices, you know, Bedrock and stuff like that, don't have the capability to deliver, you know, ray tracing and stuff like that. So that's what they were going for, was to try to mimic that and provide it without providing it. I'm trying to find an area where you could see like kind of the reflections, but not really getting any bodies like that here. I say reflections as in like you're supposed to, you can usually see the slight kind of angles of like trees and stuff in the water, and yeah, obviously there's limitations to that, but you can also, and I don't know how well we're going to be able to find that if we don't find the right area, but you can see kind of the pixel branches, little holes and stuff, which is really cool. But there is like a really good sort of glow. Like if you go into a real forest, if you go outside in real life, and you look through, like, you peek through a forest, you could see like rays of light go through the forest, and that allows you to basically like take in light through a forest, the way it like creeps in, and they kind of mimic that effect really well in this one. I'm surprised there's not a stronger effect for ice though. It doesn't seem like ice is quite as shiny and reflective as it should be, but you know, that's something they need to work on, of course, too. Yeah, it just seems like not really getting the reflection things too much on the Series S here, but yeah, it's usually quite a cool effect. I think it's just because Series S, it's a little easier going, but yeah, you don't really see that effect, do you? Because it's supposed to show like trees and that. It could be like just the lighting thing. Anyways, so there are other settings, like I mentioned. So we go back and we go down here, and then, you know, you can favor performance, favor visuals, or there's custom. And you can change things like the volumetric fog, and you can see Series S, they already have a preset, so they're definitely targeting something that's less than the Series X, because like Series X is like ultra, and yeah, that's the thing. So we're gonna kind of crank this up, just so we can see how detrimental this could be to the Series S. There we go, there's the reflection of trees on the water. Wow. Yeah, Series S definitely not quite as powerful as some other stuff. It becomes a slideshow. That's fascinating. But I mean, they are targeting native 4K. Like, it would help a lot if they were. Well, I guess this might be more this might be more like CPU oriented. So maybe resolution doesn't necessarily play in here. I don't fully know. Like, Minecraft is pretty CPU heavy, so I don't know if these shaders are specifically on that, or if it's more of a GPU thing. So, because I was gonna be like, oh, if they lower the resolution, that's not always always how it works, but sometimes. Let's try favor performance and just have a default thing. So like you see the render chunks and you can see how that impacts things, but yeah, even this mode, it's still yeah, even favoring performance, it's still not quite getting to 60 FPS, but as I said, they're gonna have to work it and stuff like that. And as I also mentioned, I don't know if actually toning down the resolution would actually help in this situation, just because it may be... I'm assuming it's more CPU taxing, which Minecraft already is CPU taxing as a game in general. Regardless, even if you do have to tone some things down, it still makes the game look absolutely incredible. Like, just the change in lighting, I think, is amazing. And you might just get used to it and be like, oh, you know, it just looks like this, looks like this. But when you switch back to, like, basics, it is a massive, massive change up. Just visually, it's quite something. And that's what I was saying. I was so surprised by this choice here, because it makes such a big difference. That's the thing, is like it's only like a few FPS kind of going from the favorite visuals, right? And this is medium, reflections high. Yeah, I don't know. 33% resolution. Oh, there we go. That really makes things fuzzy, but hey, smooth 60 FPS now. We, one sec here. Makes it look so bad, though. Ugh, yeah, that makes it look so bad. Let's see if we can crank this up. And we'll have it at 33 resolution here. It's still, like, yeah, 60 FPS, still good. Okay. So you can have max settings, but it just makes everything in your world look crappy and blurry, and it's basically like a full 60 FPS. It's like fuzzy looking. Ugh. So maybe the resolution is the thing in this, I guess. Maybe that actually is a key point here. But yeah, that looks terrible. That genuinely, again, like a lot of people are like, oh, resolution stuff doesn't matter, it's Minecraft. It's like, no, it does. It does make a difference. People that say it doesn't don't understand how this stuff works, but let's try 50%. Man, it goes back to 52-ish FPS, but you have everything maxed out, and it still looks terrible. So they're gonna have to play around with this. Like, I'm assuming they're giving us just tools, because it's like, you know, it's just the demo thing, right? So it's just a preview program. So they're giving us tools to play around with, but I'm sure they will have a preset thing, and you probably won't be able to touch or adjust any of these settings, and that's just what you'll get when this fully releases. It'll just be like a singular turning on or off setting. I don't think they'll get any more complex than that, and they don't really need to, honestly. Like, the regular average Minecraft user probably just wants 60 FPS, and then to have this on and make it look okay, and I think they'll be able to do that. A little harder on the Series S, but as I said, this is just fresh at this point. Absolutely brand new. And it's just like, it makes such a world of difference. I'm gonna have to do, I think, some comparison videos for this and kind of just give you an idea of things. Like, if we turn it off, it just kind of looks like kind of sad. Actually, this area I think is pretty lovely. Like, this area is nice, but I hope that it really comes across when I switch between these, just how much of a difference the lighting can make in a world. Like, it really does make a difference. And it's not like, it's not full, like, it's not ray tracing, right? As I said, it's mimicking that effect. And, like, ray tracing does make a big difference in games. People fight it because it's a performance killer, but it's real lighting, real calculated lighting and illumination, which your eyes will find more appealing and just, like, aesthetically better for your viewing, and more pleasurable. And then there's real shadows, and there's real reflections, and it's a subtle touch, but it's something that adds pure realism. It's like, it's not like you can improve past that. And gaming really needs to continue to evolve, and it's like, you know, when 3D graphics first came out, those were really demanding and they ran badly. And over time, you know, now it's just the standard. And it's gonna be kind of that for, you know, this, but it's just, it takes time. Well, not this, beyond this, ray tracing stuff. But the reason they're doing this is because, you know, it makes everything look really nice and fancy in Minecraft, and it's a nice option to provide for devices that just can't do the ray tracing stuff. That's the whole point of this. And that's what I'm trying to get across, is like how this impacts things, but I think it just makes such a nice subtle thing. Like it just makes the game look so much more pleasing to play. And I think you'll be really blown away by this as you like introduce it to your builds. Like I have a realm that's really impressive and fancy. I could not get it to download on this preview. I really wanted to show off my realm because we have lots of areas with glass, with elaborate setups, and it would have really benefited from this aesthetic. So I'm hoping that eventually I'll get to showcase that, because it is such a game changer in terms of like aesthetics and vibrancy and everything. But yeah, it's beautiful. Like, I'm just kind of really getting lost in the scenes, and I don't know if people find that kind of boring, but I'm just trying to give you an idea of, like, how this changes the way you work through and, like, explore Minecraft. It's more like real life when you're going around and, you know, seeing sun cascading in and the warm glow of things. It's a big difference in how you engage with the world. And it's just kind of like a nice way to take in Minecraft. Although on Series S, it is a lot. It's a little bit more depressing. Like, it's nice it runs on Series S at all. You know, I'm sure that's a question a lot of people had, is whether or not this would be on Series S, but yeah, it's definitely capable to do this. It's just it's a much more demanding sort of scenario for the platform, and you don't get as many effects. See, you can see like the sun on like the character's body and stuff. That's kind of neat. Like it really, it's got some work to do, but it is really impressive. Like just coming out of the water and seeing that, like, come on, that's really cool. It's that extra level of realism and detail that I think is just gonna really floor people. Like at some point, this will just be like a regular thing in the game, and it's like, oh yeah, it's just how it looks, but I don't know, it's a big deal. Like, people have been asking for, like, shaders and stuff forever in Minecraft for consoles, right? And it's been a long journey, let's put it that way, since they added Minecraft to console back in, like, 2012 or something like that. It's been forever that this, like, and then it became Bedrock, which is universal, and, you know, I've been playing this for just ridiculous amounts of time over my life, and yeah, I'm sure the Minecraft today, like, this is probably, like, it's fancy and new today, but, like, it'll probably be, you know, not fancy and stuff tomorrow. They'll have, like, a more complex visual way to do it. Like, well, it'd be ray traced would be the way to fully do that, right? Like, ray tracing is kind of that next step, but like, even caves, they've just got, like, a much more natural flow and glow to them. Like, they're darker when they should be, they're well lit when they should be. And then torches, you know, even a torch in your hand. Yeah, this is basically just like what Super Duper was supposed to be. I can't believe it took them this long to just get Super Duper done. Blows my mind. Like, again, we were supposed to have this on Xbox, like, literally almost a decade ago. And it took forever for this to come, but, like, now you can actually see even the light of the moon kind of coming through. Oh, it looks so good. I'm floored by this. Like, obviously, it doesn't run very good here on the Series S, but hopefully they get this smoothed out over time. It is in preview, like I mentioned, and, you know, you can always keep using regular Minecraft if you have any issues with, like, how this one sort of runs. I guess I could, like, spawn some, like, glow stuff. Try not to mess my stuff up too much as far as settings here, but I'm looking for, I think you know what I'm looking for. The stuff. Oh, frog lights. That's a new one. Just kind of looking for the other thing. Oh wow, yeah, that is cool. Because it's just like the ambience of like the lighting in the world. Ah, yeah. I think this is really kind of that next big sort of Minecraft step. I can't wait to see where this goes and where this evolves, and like hopefully this was a good enough showcase for you to understand like what they're doing with this, what they're trying to provide with it, and what it like offers at this current point in time. And I'm sure, I don't know if we'll check out Series S at launch for this, but sure we'll have some more videos taking a look at this, and I'm open to your thoughts on what you kind of want to see done with this sort of a thing. Yeah, that's just like the way it just bounces. Wow.